Hello, welcome to الكرامة News Service, and we start our top stories for today with latest developments in Libya. Air Force launched an airstrike on terrorist group strongholds in the district center of Benghazi. The military source says that the raid targeted site near جزيرة الحجازي and طارق النهر against the remnants of the terrorist groups as the district witnessed violent clashes between the armed forces and terrorist groups. Air Force of Armed Forces launched an airstrike on terrorist Daesh group sites in Bawabit al-Khamsin, west of Sirte. A source in the city said there was no information about casualties by the air raids until the moment terrorist Daesh group control of entire city of Sirte after withdrawal of terrorist Fajr Libya militias from the city. Commander-in-Chief of the Arab Libyan Armed Forces, General Khalifa Haftar, mandated Assistant Interim Minister for Illegal Immigration Affairs, Colonel Ahmed Baraka of Security Al-Barak Airport. A spokesman for the Interim Ministry of Interim Government, Lieutenant Tahir Al-Kharras, said the decision issued in June 25 of authorizing Baraka was aimed at realizing security. He added that this can be achieved by adopting district measures and forming a joint force of armed forces and interim ministry to realize security inside the airport. The spokesman for the General Command of the Arab Libyan Armed Forces, Major Mohammed Hijazi, denies the rumors of investigating him. Hijazi noted that these news are pure fabrications, lies and rumors intended to discredit the armed forces, adding that he continues to fight terrorism and extremism and to work under the General Command of the Arab Libyan Armed Forces. Fadil Al-Amin, one of the members of participating in Sughairat dialogue, said the current round of dialogue going to reach a national consensus. Al-Amin noted that the parties are now trying to reach compromises for points of disagreement that have been identified. He added that the participants will reach required compromises concerning these observations. And still Libya, two independent members of dialogue, Ali Al-Sharif and Tawfiq Al-Shahabi, said the dialogue seniors was positive and recorded views convergence between delegations of both parliament and the outgoing Congress. Moreover, the participants parties stressed the importance of the current dialogue. In the meantime, Al-Wafi and Al-Shahabi noted that the most important points are how to configure the State Council, its headquarters, and its relationship with Parliament and Cabinet, in addition to non-participation of any of the dialogue members in the presidency or membership of the National Unity Government. They also stressed the need for Parliament to be the first partner of army and security institution. On to Egypt. Egyptian Foreign Ministry spokesman for Egyptian Foreign Ministry Badr Abdullah stressed that his count support dialogue between the Libyan parties under auspices of the UN mission in Sughairat. Abdullah noted that his country ambassador to Libya was dispatched to provide support and to achieve the desired political solutions which provide peace that Libyans are looking forward in different parts of Libya. He added that the Libyan negotiators have an important opportunity that should be not wasted to reach an agreement, hauling efforts exerted by the United Nations in preparing the last agreement draft, which help in achieving demands of Libyan people and maintaining stability and unity of Libya. Egypt's top public prosecutors died of wounds sustained in a car bomb attack on his convoy as it was leaving his home today. The bombing, which left the car ablaze and storefronts damaged, also showed the risk of terrorism threatening Egypt as it did in the 1980s and 1990s. State media confirmed this Barakat, 64, at a hospital in the residential district of Heliopolis, where he had undergone surgery hours earlier, and said he would receive a military funeral. Judges and other senior officials have increasingly been targeted by terrorist militants. Chief Prosecutor Hisham Barakat was the highest-ranking state official to die in a militant attack. The interim ministers of Britain, Tunisia and Germany, which all lost citizens in a deadly gun attack on Tunisian beach, laid flowers at the site of the shooting today. Most of the victims of attack at the Imperial Mahrabi Arabian Hotel in Sousse were British. British authorities have said they will conduct their own investigations. The UK Secretary General Theresa May was among those who laid flowers and observed a minute's silence on the beach as a few remains tourists looked on. Security was increased all around in the site ahead of the visit, while armed forces and military stationed nearby and both battering the sea. The spokeswoman for Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron today confirmed the number of Britons killed in the Tunisia attack has risen to 18 and is expected to increase to about 30. A gunman disguised as a tourist opened fire at a hotel on Friday, killing 39 people, including Britons, Germans and Belgians as they launched at the beach an attack claimed by terrorist Daesh group. It was the worst attack in Tunisia's modern history and the second major massacre in the year following the extremist militant assault on Tunisian Party Museum when gunmen killed 21 foreign visitors. And now to Yemen. Houthi forces in Yemen shelled the oil refinery in the southern city of Aden today for the second time in these days. An official said hitting an empty fuel tank with a rocket. A media official at the refinery said the refinery suffered today a new rocket attack which targeted an empty storage tank at the refinery port. Another official said the rocket landed in an open area near to Aden Oil Company, also within the premises. The refinery at Brega, northern western suburbs in the city. Refinery officials said the firefighters today brought under control a blaze ignited by Saturday's missile attack, although oil tank was still smoldering. Official adding that refinery's port is the last one in the city, still anti-Houthi hands remained unharmed. The Houthis have been battling local fighters the south for 3 months on Saturday. Houthi missile destroyed 2 storage tanks at the refinery and a pipeline connecting it to the city's port. An Arab coalition led by Saudi Arabia has been bombing the Houthis for 3 months to try to restore Yemen's government and has imposed a near blockade the country cutting off trade in food and fuels. The U.S. military says the United States and its allies staged 6 airstrikes against the terrorist Daesh positions in Syria and 17 strikes against the militant group in Iraq. In Syria, 4 of the airstrikes hit terrorist positions near Kobani, destroying boats, vehicles and bunkers. The U.S. military said in a statement today that strike also hit near Barqa, Raqqa and Hasaka in Iraq. 5 airstrikes near Tal Afar, tactical units, bunkers and land features, the coalition said. Extremist Daesh group targets also were hit near Mosul, Sinjar, Beji and other locations. Meanwhile, Iraqi Shiite fighters known as Hashd Sha'b have edged closer to the center of the refinery city of Beji, retaking 2 villages in the southern outskirts of town from terrorist Daesh group. Iraq's biggest refinery complex has changed hands several times over many months of fighting and is one of the main fronts in Iraq's bid to retake of its territory held by insurgents. On to the Greek crisis. U.S. President Barack Obama and French President François Hollande discussed the Greek debt crisis by telephone and agreed it was important to put together a package of reforms for the country. Greece to return to sustainable growth, the White House said today. White House spokesman Joseph Earnest said the achievement that goal is the interest of all parties. At negotiating table, Greece closed its banks today after ballot talks between the country's government and foreign lenders broke down over the weekend, and the European Central Bank from vital funding support to Greece's bank. Meanwhile, Greece will not pay a 1.6 million euros loan installment due to the International Monetary Fund tomorrow, Greek government official confirmed today, highlighting the depth of the financial crisis facing the country. Ministers have also repeatedly said that Greece would not have the funds to pay the IMF unless it reached a deal with the creditors to allocate 7.1 billion euros in pilot funds frozen, while the 2 sides wrestled over the condition demanded of Athens. And now about the Iranian crisis, nuclear talks and accord to curb Iran's nuclear program remains exclusive due to disagreements on fundamental issues. France foreign ministers said today in New York just a day before the June 30 deadline for a deal. Lauren Fabio spoke to reporters at a press event after two U.S. Iranian diplomats said hard work was still needed for what could be the final negotiations to bridge significant differences. Fabio said there were three indispensable conditions: a last limitation of Iran's research and development capacity, rigorous inspection of sites, including military if needed, and the automation return of sanctions if Iran violates its commitments. The self-imposed deadline for a deal under which Iran would cut back its nuclear program in exchange for relief from economic sanctions expires tomorrow. The main differences are the pace and timing of sanctions relief for Iran in return for its step to restrain its nuclear program, and on the nature of monitoring mechanism to ensure Tehran doesn't cheat on any agreement. European Union and US also want to ensure there are mechanisms for restoring US, European Union and United Nations sanctions. Tehran fails also to meet its commitments under any future accord aimed at ending a 12-year nuclear standoff between Iran and the West. And finally, about the World Heritage in UNESCO, the World Heritage Committee will examine proposals to add 37 sites in the UNESCO's World Heritage list during its meeting today, which started yesterday. Nominations for the list said that they include natural sites, 31 cultural sites and one mixed site, meaning both natural and cultural. The meeting comes as terrorist Daesh group has destroyed several heritage sites in Iraq and Syria in recent months. UNESCO Secretary General Irina Bokova said heritage is under attack today in Syria, in Iraq, in Libya, in Yemen, Mali. We see the brutal and deliberate destruction of heritage on unprecedented scale. Bokova added that it was time to take action to preserve the world treasures. She said this calls on us to reaffirm our commitment to the principles and values upon which the World Heritage Convention was adopted in 1972. This is also a reminder of our responsibility to always recall the destruction heritage is an integral part of humanitarian and security crisis. The UNESCO Committee will also examine the situation of the conservations of 95 sites already on the list, as well as that of 46 sites on the list World Heritage in danger. My audience, that is the wrap-up of our top stories for today. For much more, you can check our website www.watanalkarama.tv. Thanks for watching us. My greeting, Rانيا البليدي.